Call, Haloyam La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan. This will be titled The Easy Way or The Hard Way. Okay? What you're looking at is a screenshot from the movie Waterboy. Okay? And I don't remember his name, but he played the Fonz in Good Times. And he played in various shows. But the coach of the Waterboy, Adam Chandler, if you know, he was in not like a writer's block, you would call it. He was in depression from what took place in this scene where he was the playwright and his other coach, Red. They was both assistant coaches. Okay, he ran up the plays that the one coach drew up. Well, Red, get it, came knocking on the door, and Adawan Ratazah, this does not get taken down, but here's the Fair Use 107, copyright 1976. Allowance is made for fair use. This is for strictly educational purposes. I am not selling the product, okay? I am not monetized. This is strictly for education and, more importantly, for edification, all right? So, hey, Lord willing, Adawan Ratazah, this is not taken down, but I had to get it to make a point.
You do a red little favor.
Sure, what's up?
Oh, you know that green notebook you used to write all them football plays in? Well, I need to show Kavanaugh that I come up with some good play ideas.
But you didn't come up with them. They're my plays. I need them.
Klein.
And before I go forward, E never came up with the plays. E never came up with the inventions. Majority of these inventions that run this world today came out the thoughts, out the minds of Yasharallah, Israel, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. Now, I'm not going to say out of the 18 nations, none of the other nations contributed, but you better believe me, the brain trust that runs this world, your inventions, look them up. The things you drink, the toilets, the phones, the lights came from the minds of Israelites. Not Israeli, not Ish, the Israelites. You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. Now, what E did come up with was the terminology pattern, giving him the legal right to take and abuse whatever you make and put it under his ownership.
One way or another, so might as well let the damn thing go, because if you don't, you're going to get awfully physical around here. And I don't think you want that, do you? Huh?
Of course.
Now, what you're witnessing around the world right now is E playing out this mentality, starting with spiritual Babylon, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, the great United Snakes of America. That's the play that they're running right now in real time, 2026 in our face. We'll take it from you. Land, oil, resources, we'll take it from you. Okay. So about 3 weeks ago, I was listening to Trump's rhetoric. Okay. So sometimes late December, and all of this Venezuela talk in the Greenland talk taking place, and Canada talk taking place out of Trump's mouth, and it came to my conclusion. This is what it reminded me of. Well, now you look up and look what Trump is saying.
Money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that.
Salakia,
right
my
now,
dog is in
we
the
are
moment.
going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. Okay? I would like to make a deal, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way. About money for Greenland yet.
Okay, if that did not remind you of that scene, I don't know what it did. Like I said, 3 weeks ago, I was contemplating, and I said his rhetoric, his talk, his speech reminds me of the scene from Waterboy with Red. Okay, Red. He came out red all over Esau. Okay, now
Own the
peep
land.
this out.
They've been very nice to me. I'm a big fan, but the fact that they had a boat land there 500 years ago doesn't mean that they own the land. I'm sure we had lots of boats. Own the land.
This motherfucker is a complete idiot. Just like it was spoken in the book of Obadiah, the Lord has took the wisdom out of Edom. The understanding. He's telling you that 500 years ago, boats arrived in Greenland. So what? Okay, we had boats too there. Who is we, motherfucker? This is 2026 is supposed to be the 250th anniversary of United States of America. So how was you there 250 years before you became a nation?
They've been very nice to me. I'm a big fan, but the fact that they had a boat land there 500 years ago doesn't mean that they own the land. I'm sure we had lots of boats. Own the land. They've been very nice.
Okay, with further ado, let's get these scriptures. Okay, this is the book of Ezekiel 33. All right, and what's the title? The Watchman's Duty. All of the prophets have heard this one phrase. Well, what are you going to do about it? So let's get to it. Isaiah 33 and verse 1. Again, the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people. Thy, that means his people, okay? And say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, and he's bringing that sword through who was gifted the sword, which is Esau, Edom. That was his gift. Revelation, or Salakia. Genesis 27, Isaac gifted Jacob with heaven and gifted Esau with the sword, the dew of heaven, through the sword, through the use of the sword, okay? The weapon, all right? Saying unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he bloweth the trumpet and warn the people. Now, how is this trumpet being blown? Through the apostles, the elders, and the Akim, the sign cry on the highways, okay? In the righteous way, not do it for market, not do it for pleasure or for fun or for fame, but do it for the sincerity of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for the sincerity of doing our job so we can get out of here, okay? Warning the people so we can get out of here. But we'll see what it goes on to say. Verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come, and it's coming, you see it's coming worldwide, and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Why? Because we gave you the warning. You walk past the prophets week in, week out. You seen them on YouTube day in and day out. Okay? You even have relatives. We all got relatives. You've been spoken to. You've been warned. He heard the sound of the trumpets and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. And aren't people being delivered from their sleep every day? Somebody, we sow the seed. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua waters the seed and brings forth understanding through the Rakakwadash. Okay, what the world calls the Holy Spirit, which is actually Spirit Holy. Rakah, Spirit, Quadash, Holy. Okay. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, and unfortunately it's too many of our people with this knowledge and wisdom that don't blow the trumpet. Once again, that's like not using that gun, not using that sword when it's available, not pulling it from your sheath, okay? And the people be not warned, if the sword come and take away any person from amongst them, he is taken away, in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. See, people don't understand the importance right there of what we've been set to do. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not playing. Okay, he is the ultimate boss. We've been taught. You have a job. He's the ultimate commander chief. He is the ultimate boss, CEO, whichever one you want to call it. But you better do his work. Okay, so listen. So thou, son of man, I have set thee a watchman upon the house of Yasharallah, upon the house of Yasharallah, all the nations, no, upon the house of you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, you speckled birds who look like other nations, yet your father, your seed, your heritage comes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're not mixed mutts, okay? We're not a world full of mixed mutts, and I'm happy to know that. Therefore, thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. What you gonna do? I'm gonna give you warning. Keep going. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way. That wicked man shall die in his iniquity, sin upon sin multiplied, but his blood will I require at thy hands. That's twice. That's two warnings to the prophets. Okay? We're not listening to the people. We're listening to our commander, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked, which we do, of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So we did our jobs. Okay, watch this. Therefore, O son of man, speak unto the house of Yasharallah. Okay, thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, and you just soak in them, how should we then live? Okay, so you've been warned. There's no excuses. Okay, now let's go back to Ezekiel 3. and 8. Behold, I have made thee face strong against their faces. You know what that means? That means just as you give us those nasty looks and that nasty attitude, we got that same mentality back because we know we standing on what we believe through faith, through the gift of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, through once again that Holy Spirit, that Rakakwadash. Behold, I have made thee face strong against their faces, plural, the people, okay? And their foreheads strong against their foreheads, plural again, as an adamant harder than flint, which we know flint is a mineral, okay? Have I made thy forehead? Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Okay, and that's our people. That's why you have a 1/3 and a 2/3. 2/3 is clearly greater than 1/3. 2/3 will be eliminated. 1/3 will be spared through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, now let's get that to back that up. This is the book of 2nd Esdras 15, starting at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Once again, does that sound familiar? We just read it. Which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And the way to back that up is Amos 3 and 7. For I will do nothing, but I revealeth my secret through the prophets. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. All right. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true, every word. You better believe. We're seeing it play out. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulities of them trouble thee. And don't they do it from all the way from our relatives? Imagine all type of wicked, vain things to do to you. Why? Because they hate the truth. Not because they hate you, because Yahweh Shah said they hated him before they even thought about hating you. That speak against thee. So let me read that again. 2nd Esdras 15 and 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulities of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful, for who all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You get that? So all we doing is clearly giving you the warning and getting the blood off our hands. That's clearly it. Okay? All right? Behold. Okay, Salakia. Behold, saith Yahweh Shemiel Shai, I will bring plagues upon this world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay? Behold, saith Yahweh Shemiel Shai, I will bring plagues upon this world. The sword, the major sword is what? Those ICBMs. But yes, along with that, your guns, rocket, lasers, drones, you name it. Okay? Upon this world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Let's back that up. Sound familiar? Matthew 24, verse 6, red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking. Okay? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Where does that sound familiar? Okay, we just invaded. Damn, it's too many. We just invaded Venezuela. We've been having smoke with Iran. We're talking shit to Canada. We're talking shit to Mexico. We want Greenland. Okay. Yeesha, and this is just us. Okay, you got your other conflicts. You got the little tiny toppers, genocide in Gaza. You got Russia rolling over Ukraine and much more. Okay, the Hamites, Africans have all kind of conflicts going on their nation. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to a pass, but the end is not yet. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be famine. Didn't we just read that? And pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of Jacob's trouble, spoken of in Jeremiah 30, verse 6 and 7. Okay, we hear. We're physically here. So what we gonna do? We're gonna profess to the people whether they hear or forbear. Okay. All right. Back to the second Esdras. Second Esdras. Chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hateful works are fulfilled. We there. That whore spiritual Babylon is being filled up. Therefore, saith Yahweh Shemiel Shai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. FAFO, yeah, Pete Hegseth with that grimace on his face. Everything that spews out of DJ Trump's mouth is on that proud, profane level. Okay? Neither will I suffer them in these things in which they have wickedly exercised themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. Those are the saints of Yasharallah, of who this world refers to as Israel, the saints, okay? And the souls of the just complain continuously up in the heavens and here on earth. He said, give him no warning. Okay, he said, cry unto him and give him no warning. And that's what we're doing. Stop, Oreo. Okay. This is the book of Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good. Hey, what is this administration been doing? Homeland Security, Kristi Noem's Botox bitch, saying that whatever that ICE agent pulled the other day was justified. Just clearly lying. That woman Renee tried to run him over. Everybody's seen the videos. Everybody has seen the images of this. This is just one example, but everybody's seen her back up, turn her wheels to the right, avoiding any of them, and that man shot her in her mug. Okay? Continues. What is the administration saying? Oh, he had every right to do whatever the hell he pleased to do. Now they're saying that women are getting raped. Oh, and they still fall under that allow whatever that word allowed to do whatever. They're free to do whatever. Okay? Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Okay? All right. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. Who is that? Edom. They're not wise in these scriptures. They're not wise in righteousness. They're wise in their own wicked devices and prudent in their own sight. Okay, obviously, once again, Christy Nome, the whole administration, but her going up on that stage over and over and saying, your eyes are lying to you. That woman tried to struck. She said that they tried to trap, one car tried to trap in all of those agents, a car on the street. Now, look, you want to say they was in the garage and the car was blocking the way and the men couldn't get out? Okay, well, no, in the street, one car blocked off all these people from getting out the way of danger. Come on, man. Come on. That's just a tiny example of this, okay? But look, this is where we are. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitations of the earth. Do you understand what that is? That's the whole earth. And of the sea, okay? Once again, the whole earth. For the devil. Who is the devil? The red man with the pitchfork? No, we know that's not true. The man who is set up to be the devil. You ever seen the Matrix? Agent Smith even had a flesh counterpart, okay? He wasn't just in the program. He came into form in flesh, okay? So that being said, Edom, the devil, okay? For the devil, Esau's children, his people, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. That's why they're funding this ICE over here in spiritual Babylon. They're funding this ICE over the police and over the military, and they're not even training them. And I'm gonna tell you, I think that their training is not coming from Call of Duty or Battlefield. I think their training is coming from Grand Theft Auto. That's the mentality they're having. Go beat on whatever, steal, take, do whatever. Okay, to the defenseless. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a fair fight. All right. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the habitations of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, once again, that those people, Edom's people, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Okay? These are warnings that are being given through who? The prophets, through these scriptures. Okay? Through the scriptures, through the mouth of the prophets. All right, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set up. Now look, here is your example of that devil. This is Romans 9:21. Have not the potter power over the clay? Who is the potter? The ultimate potter? Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, the creator of all existence, over the clay. What is the clay? All of creation. But in referring to in this verse, we'll get to it. Have not the potter over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor, and that same lump was the twins being born, Esau and Jacob, okay? And another unto dishonor. So that vessel unto honor is Jacob, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, even though 2/3 of our people clearly don't show it. All right. And the dishonorable is the vessel Esau, which all of Esau does their job. There is not a righteous Esau or Edomite amongst them. Okay, you can clear that out of your. Now, do people look like them? Yes, because once again, our speckled birds, you can look like any nation. So we got brothers in this truth that look like Edom that are not an Edom, that preach this truth in sincerity and righteousness. Okay, so don't get that twisted. What if Yahweh Bashim Yahushua willing, Salakia, Romans 9:22. What if Yahweh Bashim Yahushua willing to show his wrath, his love, his meek, his kindness, his wrath, his anger, his fury, and to make his power known, the same thing he did when Moses led us up out of Egypt the first time, which is bondage. When we walked up out of Egypt and he parted the Red Sea through Yahweh Shah's chariot, okay? He made his power known. His name grew, but this time even bigger, magnified even greater, to the point where all the world would know. Okay, what if Yahweh Basmi Yahushua, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endureth with much long suffering the vessel of wrath fitted for destruction? And ultimately, who is going to be the destroyer? Well, it ain't going to be man. It's not going to be Moab. It's not going to be Ham. It's not going to be the other Edomites. And it sure ain't going to be Israel. You, Jake. Yasharallah. It's going to be Yahweh Shai. Okay, so Salakia, when I say it won't be Yasharallah, I mean in the flesh, it's going to be Yahweh Shai. Okay? And ultimately those angels and those who he raised the standard in of our nation. All right? That's who's going to finish finish the work of this wicked man. Okay? This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, and we in those days, take it or leave it. Hey, once again, we casting this warning out. Whether you hear it for bear, we just want the blood off our hands. We just want the blood off our hands. We want to be seen acceptable in Yahweh Shai's sight, not in man's sight. Fuck you, for whoever you are. Okay? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And if you don't see it speaking today and not lie, and if you don't see it not lying, I'm talking about these scriptures, not Christy Noam, not the president, not these other nations, these speakers of the house, all these wicked people, they're lying. Okay? But this is the truth. So I'm going to read this again. 2nd Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So all that procrastinating and waiting, time is being sped up right now. Okay, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not right. Salakia. Habakkuk 2 and 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith, by his faith. So who is his soul? Once again, Edom. You see these people carrying out their mentality, their wickedness. Yea, because he transgressed by wine. That's his philosophies, his laws, his wickedness. Once again, what he wants to deceive the world with, thinking it's YOLO / do as thy wilt. Alex Crowley grandchildren. I haven't said that in a while. Do as thy wilt. Set aside your standards. The little morals that these other nations was given has been wiped off due to this wicked man. Okay, dressing how you want to, the lifestyle that you want to live. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying. All right, putting aside all customs of and definitely doing away with anything that goes into our law, statutes, commandments. He's contrary. He's contradictive of it. They just turned the food pyramid upside down. That's fitting because we're in the upside down. Yea, because he transgressed by wine once against his philosophies, his laws. Okay, his wicked statutes. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Sound familiar? What is Trump talking about doing? Repainting the whole hemisphere of this area to the United Snakes of America. Just paint it all red, white, and blue. Fuck your land. Fuck your country. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell. Once again, a condition. And is as death and cannot be satisfied. You can't satisfy. I mean, Trump's on the way to punching his ticket out of here. He could barely walk and breathe, and he's still talking about conquer, conquer, conquer. Okay? Nero. All right, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heap up to him all people. Now listen, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe, once there's that word again, woe, destruction, okay, destruction, to him that increaseth that which is not his. And it's been going on. Ain't them people the bastards that dwell in our land, the righteous land? Okay, those Israelis, hint, hint. All right, increases that which is not his. How long, Yahweh Shai? Didn't he just tell us that the righteous cry unto him continuously? And to him that letteth himself with thick clay. What's that thick clay? Debt. Try 37 trillion. 37 trillion and counting every day, going up every day. And you see these people have no people skills. They have no communication skills. So what do they have? The sword, their blessing. Okay, so Pete Hegseth going from Secretary of Defense to Secretary of War, hint, hint, the aggressor. That's all they know. But fortunately for us, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to come and set this place straight and put these people back in their place. And ultimately, Edom is going into a big bonfire after we have no longer use for them. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And with that, this has been